Well, that guy was looking.
Welcome to the gun show, baby.
Fucking freak. Look away. We're deciding if we want to go get a coffee before we keep going because
we still have a lot to say.
We still have a lot to say. And I'm gonna have to share my freaking heart. And I'm holding this. Oops. This. So that hopefully it helps me share my freaking heart. Okay? And
I think we should use it as like a reward.
A coffee is a reward instead of a blast off.
I get a reward.
And the reward, we get coffee and we drink it. Yum, 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 yum.
Yes.
Fine. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Kayla.
Hello, I'm Meredith.
And
this is a little tune about our journey.
Hey. We were walking down the street. We were living in motherfucking misery. And we said, hey, that's enough. I'm gonna quit my job and let's go to the rough side of town. We'll find out
how this all goes down in the rough side of town. So we're out of home and we're in this nice little suite, I must say.
He's calling it a cabin now.
It's above a garage. It has nice wood paneling.
So I'm distracting and I'm avoiding because it's my turn to talk.
Yeah.
So Meredith
sometimes.
Yeah.
That happens. That's okay.
I could run 20 minutes of just spitballing, procrastinating. Again, I'm holding this. If you don't know why we're here, what we're talking about, we are sharing our current journey of nonsense that is sensical to us in our hearts. Okay?
It has to happen this way.
It has to happen this way. Filibuster.
This is the way.
Okay, Kayla. Meredith, you wrote my back. Okay.
I'm Meredith. Did you say your name already? I don't know if we said that.
I think we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
In case you forgot.
In case you forgot. I don't know why I'm being weird right now. Here's the deal. Maybe we unpack that instead of talking about it. Here's the deal. Okay, Michael. Somebody, Michael, keeps texting you.
We have time.
So you shared in the last video about kind of what she was experiencing in Idaho from a personal growth perspective. If you didn't watch the last video, maybe that would help you out in understanding what's going on, okay? For me, I already kind of touched on what seemingly has been presenting itself to me through this entire journey. And I've kind of been on a, since 2026 started, on a, you know, on January 11th, 2026, I took off on a 6-week road trip from upstate New York down to Florida, rode the coast, back up to Washington with a stranger. And it was a challenging time. Shout out Clay. We love Clay. We love him now. But it was challenging for us both, I think.
Challenge is good. It teaches you a lot about yourself.
Yes. Anyway, so that was I've kind of been on a fuck around and find out situation since 2026 started. But with regards to the current journey we're speaking of, starting with being denied access to Canada, actually before that for me, being fired in Leavenworth. I'm sorry, I'm battling with, is this necessary to say?
Yes.
And anything I feel like saying, I'm just going to let it rip. Hey, you guys. Hey, people. Can you be nice to me in my poor little fucking heart? I have a hard time talking sometimes.
We're here for you.
Anyway, I went on, in Leavenworth, where I was staying with a friend after I got fired. I went on a date. Shout out Taylor. On this, and let me just say, Actually, let's take it back further. On the 6-week road trip, this is where it started. I'm sitting at a park, smoking a cigarette. Mom, if you ever see this, it was a temporary thing. Relax. I'm in San Francisco. I'm meeting a friend in San Francisco. Along the 6-week journey, I was like, I had a 3-day reprieve in San Francisco and Big Sur with a friend of mine. Shout out to this friend of mine who it was very needed, and I love her so much. I'm in San Francisco by myself. I love going to a city and I love bopping around. It's my favorite thing to do. So I'm bopping around in the city, leather jacket on, headphones on, which signals, don't talk to me, but I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm cool, right? Okay? Very Scorpio.
I'm cool, right? Yes, you are cool.
And this kid walks up to me and he just goes, can I have a cigarette? I said, sure. And he said, can I sit with you? I said, sure. He asked me out. My answer is, I normally say no. And he goes, why? And I was like, I don't know. I guess just because I'm closed off. And so I'm saying this because that was the start of this. I was like, I will, instead of saying no, I will say maybe. Maybe. And we talked and he had good answers to some of my questions. I was like, why? Because I'm generally just kind of suspicious of people. I'm like, what's your game here? Why? Why do you want to do that? And he was like, just to connect with someone. And I was like, sure. I know what you're doing here. But I said, I will say instead, maybe. I ended up going on to stay with someone. The point of this is that I was at least open and I did something new and I tried it. And he was great. We love, shout out, Nadav. Then in Leavenworth, again, someone asked me to hang out. And I said, okay, fine. Feeling more open. Something took over my body onto the state at the end. He's about to drop me off. And I go, I think we need to do something right now. We need to eye gaze. Like because I'd been doing this thing called contact. Do you know what this is? It's like contact dancing. And it's where I thought when I first heard contact jams, I thought it was gonna be like you have to sit and like connect with someone, like eye contact. And I was like, dear God, my nightmare, I will die. But no, it's actually contact with body.
So much fun.
That's one of them you can
I know. It's fun.
And I'd seen him at one of the contact jams. And I also want to preface this saying I'd never been in like a spiritual community. The sort of cosmic stuff just started happening to me before I was in any sort of like spiritual community. And I think I had been kind of like cynical about it because I'm kind of cynical about everything. But it was dynamite. It's so much fun. And these people were amazing. And anyway, I said yes to, again, going out with someone. And he's about to drop me off. And I say, here's what we're going to do. We're going to look each other in the eye. And I don't care how long it fucking takes. We're going to do it until I'm comfortable. And what transpired was just a beautiful interaction. And this wasn't in a romantic way. It was in a human way. And he felt like someone that I felt safe enough to explore this with, even though I didn't know him. I think that's the other cool thing about being on this journey. You're always only met with people that like you kind of know. Like everyone, you're like, I kind of know you. Do you know what I mean? You feel connected to them in some way. Thank you for gazing, Meredith. Thank you for connecting with us.
Anytime.
I kind of wish you'd do it more. Thank you. That's one other thing. It takes me a long time to get to points, guys. Okay. We're doing it and it's painful at first. I'm dying. And I'm just like, I can't, and I can't do it. I keep looking away. Finally, what it is I was like, I'm not allowing him to let me see me. To let him see me. And I eventually softened enough where I'm like, okay, I'll let you see me. I'll let you hold me in this way. And it was awesome. And then we switch. And by that, I mean, I was like, right now, it's very obvious that I'm letting you look at me and see me. We're going to switch the intention. And you let me look at you and see you. In it, his expression, everything changed. It's very cool, you guys. If you want to, and I hope he doesn't mind me sharing that. I didn't say his name, I don't think. But it was very cool. And it's almost like when you break past that barrier around your willingness to connect with someone, be seen by someone, and see them, I don't know. It felt like that's in terms of the trajectory of what I was learning or parts of myself that I was allowing myself to remember and embody. Like, I'm a very soft, sensitive person who likes to connect, but that's hidden behind many, many layers of Scorpio and the Cancer shell or whatever. Okay? And like,
she's double shelled.
I got so many fucking shells.
In the best way.
And it's, I mean, many people experience that, right? You just harden. You learn to harden yourself in order to make it through the fucking things that you're working through. Life in the normal way. Anyway.
I think now you just said that, you harden and I was like people pleasing. And it's like.
Yeah. And I was like not even allowing someone to get close enough to please them. The fuck out of my face. And that's how it had been. If a guy, like, guys don't even come up to me. You know what I mean? Unless you were cool enough. And then you knew how to do it. Shout out, Chuck.
Chuck.
Shout out, Chuck. So I'm saying it was great. I'm saying this to say I was being met in my external reality with these small instances, and I already talked about the bike guy, okay? These small instances. And it's not about the person, it's about the reflection that's occurring. These small instances that were effectively helping me to soften, and dare I say, soften into my feminine expression and allowing myself to be there, be held by someone else, letting go of control and trusting that I'm safe. Which is the whole journey we're doing with us and the universe at this point in time, which is really just the whole journey with you and yourself, because the universe, again, is only reflecting back to you what you're giving out.
Yes.
And so this process of learning how to trust myself, feel safe and stable at all times. I say all this leading up to Idaho. Meredith already shared about what she was experiencing. This sort of continued for me, this sort of learning or understanding of myself, of softening. And I actually am wondering, do I need to get permission to talk about this? Because we've already said names.
No.
Okay.
I asked. You said no.
All right, let's try this again. I cut them off because, she really struggles to articulate what she's feeling. There's almost this kind of constant internal battle or negotiation between wanting to express my feelings, like I do deeply desire that, sorry, I'm out. There's not one place in this goddamn city where I can just be alone. And even that is something I'm working on, because, right, I'm like afraid. I'm like, people will come up and they'll be able to hear me, which I don't like. But alas, that's what's happening. It's happening right now. That's okay. There's a constant battle that occurs between desiring to share my feelings, my perspective, my truth, and deeply needing to protect it at the same time. And God, is it exhausting. All I know is I don't even know what I'm wanting to share with this, other than I guess we felt it was my turn to share kind of some of my learnings or experiences. I think we were specifically talking about during the time in Idaho, but I mean, that was so long ago now. Everything's changed. All I know is I'm feeling something in my heart, and it's getting louder and louder. And I know it has to do with a desire to share and express itself. And I'm sort of faced with two options. You can either stay comfortable protecting your inner world or your inner emotions, which doesn't feel aligned to my truth. Or you can work to create safety outside of that protection. Oh my God. Like, what is actually happening in my, like, there's so we're gonna sit here until we figure it out, okay? Here's the other thing that I'm battling with in my mind right now is like, no one asked for this, who cares? But this is my goddamn YouTube. I asked for it. Part of what I'm consistently doing along my journey, my outlook on life, my perspective of what I want to be doing here on earth is accessing and embodying my truth in like as pure a way as possible and allowing for myself to live from that. There's people and there's dogs. You're doing good, Kayla. It's okay. Shh. Hi! Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Are you good? Hi. And that's one of the things I guess I could share about Idaho. What we were trying to get to, the whole lead up of my experience at that time, which feels kind of far away now, was that those smaller circumstances led to a bigger circumstance whereby the person we were staying with in Idaho, Josh, a romantic love connection transpired. And my heart feels something. So Kayla, I'd love for you to just access that. What is it that it's feeling? I'm feeling it here, and then I'm feeling it trying to go up and come here. There was an experience I had when I went back to Idaho to spend a bit more time kind of sitting in the reflection and like in the connection, because there is truth to it being a safe and understood safe space, but also that reverted, my old defenses came back up even more than normal, which is, I think, sort of the natural progression of quote unquote healing, or of learning about yourself. No, my heart notifies me when I'm talking out of alignment with what it's desiring to say right now. That's what's happening right now. I'm flustered because I want to have some sort of coherence to this video. The first part of this video, I want it to we gotta slow down. Kayla, you're doing good, kid. It's okay. There was a moment that transpired sort of in line with the eye gazing thing we already talked about, but there was a moment that transpired that like I was just in this sort of deep connection moment where I allowed myself to feel something is going in my crown. What is happening? All right, we're turning this into something else, I guess. Mate sarate tarate tirate grasarate urate urate tarate sarate arate grarate tiarate urate tararate urate arate. Let go, you're okay. Shh. Shh.
Oh no. So my entire, like the work we were just doing in my energy structure, like my entire chest now is like bare and it's gold, and there were some slight like adjustments to it, but it's like bare now. It's almost like in traveling it was getting caught on things, the signal of whatever my heart was trying to send out, it was getting caught or like lost in translation when trying to express. And now it's like my heart's just thump, 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 and it's just kind of bare. It is surrounded by gold though, which is interesting. This is similar to the moment I believe I was just trying to describe, where the level of connection I was experiencing through the reflection of another person, like I just started tearing up a bit because it was like so pure and raw, and I was just like, damn, this feels fucking good. Like, you know, and I think kind of leading or pointing back to the original, the origin of this video, where I was discussing how I'd kind of been a loner, kind of been afraid of connection in that way. And in that moment I was just like, why the fuck have we not been allowing this to transpire? And I know why. I know that there have been defenses in place, guards in place to protect myself, to feel safe. But damn, did I feel safe just letting myself feel connected to whatever. It doesn't matter what the reflection is or what's allowing that connection to stabilize. Again, not diminishing the beautiful person that was offering that reflection to me, but I was just like, holy fuck, this is nice. And I guess what I have learned, one of the many things that I've learned to embody more of throughout this journey thus far, what I was being offered in terms of external reflections back to myself thus far, was how to feel safe enough to connect, and not just to connect with other people, but you know, I'm a Gemini sun, and I find that it's easier for me to understand things when I have that reflection back, like that mirror, those twin things. That kind of is the nature of Gemini energy. And I'd been avoiding allowing for those reflections to be given to me for a really long time, just out of fear. And there's a lot you can learn alone as well, but it's kind of harder to embody the things that you learn alone when you don't have the reflection or the opportunity to dance in what that's like in a real experience. So my heart feels better, it feels clearer. So we're obviously saying something that it wanted to share. All right. I guess in an attempt to put some sort of a coherent bow around whatever this was. But also, I don't have to put a bow on anything. I can literally do whatever I want. So jot that down. Yeah. Connection. One of the things I learned, and I'm not just talking about during our time in Idaho. At this point, we are where we are. We're a month out from that, even though I did just go back. I just got back yesterday. I'm just speaking in terms of this entire journey thus far. I've learned how to be more comfortable with connection, with the reflections of other people, which in turn allows me to be more comfortable with connecting with myself, really. I've also, especially through this, the primary connection that I was just discussing, have seen ways in which I'm really not accepting all parts of myself, namely sort of the emotional parts of myself or sensitive parts of myself. Or rather, I really try to keep them hidden, but when trying to express them, sorry, someone was walking. Or when trying to express my emotions, I was simultaneously invalidating them or feeling like I was being too much or too deep or too intense. And so I'm clearly seeing where parts of me I've been telling myself, those parts of you aren't good enough, you got to change them. And I just don't want to do that anymore, nor do I have the energy to. And so there's actually one cool thing that happened where when I just went back to hi. There's a lot of people coming, so I'm going to wrap this up. When I just went back to hang out there again and like further explore.
I have one guy, I called out on it.
Whatever.
He keeps trying to catch me and chase me.
Shut
like
the
stalking
fuck
me.
up. Shut up.
So I have video of him.
I'm talking here. I'm trying to share my truth. When I just went back, which by the way, it was a week of the most incessant and god-awful indecision back and forth, which I don't really, again, that feels far away now and I don't feel I need to go into it. But I did go back there. And there was one point where when I initially started noticing, I was like, ooh, I'm having emotions come up that I want to share because I feel safe in this energy. But then I noticed when I would try to, I like wouldn't let myself really. And at one point he's like, what's going on? And I was like, I'm having emotions. Is that okay with you? I have 5 emotions. You know, always have to make a joke or be defensive about it. And he said something to the effect of, it sounds like you're asking for permission to have emotions, and badasses don't ask for permission. You know, because I present myself as a badass, because I fucking am. And I was like, yeah, why in the fuck? I don't ask for permission to be these sort of tougher, more powerful, strength-oriented parts of myself. Why, in God's name, do I feel like I need to ask for permission to show and express and be in the more soft, sensitive, and powerful parts of myself? And so that was one thing that was highlighted to me and is now in process of being worked on, which is a lot of what this video was allowing myself to just share my thoughts and emotions freely without needing to qualify them or over explain them or being worried about the perception of them, because we're all humans And on some level, we're all experiencing the same kind of things. And I think that's kind of my favorite part about this whole journey. And hang on, I'm starting to have emotions. What am I trying to say? I guess what I'm saying is we're all humans, and so I don't need to be afraid of expressing my humanness, because on some level everyone can relate. And also, I love when people share how they're feeling or their experiences, or what they're thinking. That's another thing I've learned about myself. I love analyzing human behavior. Why? What's your motive? Why did that just occur? And I just love parsing it apart and getting really fucking deep into it. 8th house stellium, Scorpio stellium. I love it so much. And I'm oftentimes afraid that that's too much or that's too intense, but I don't give a fuck, and I don't need to ask for permission to be myself. And if it makes someone uncomfortable, it's not my job or responsibility to manage their boundaries or their feelings about something. They can say it. I don't have to do that. I'm not taking on the job of two people. That's bananas. And I'm not being paid. I still haven't gotten paid for being alive yet. It's to come. That's not true. I'm paid all the time, just through experiences. Well, I don't know what the fuck this was, but I'm, is there anything else in my heart that would like to be expressed or communicated before I fucking cut this? And yeah, Meredith's not with me. We are still in Salt Lake. We have updates. We have news. We are moving. We are moving to the next location. And so hopefully sometime today we will share that. Why? Because we can, and we want to, and we're having fun. Is there anything else in my heart cavity that's dying to be moved out or shared? No, I think I deserve a reward. I'm getting myself a coffee and I'm having a cigarette. I'm finding someone to put a cigarette from. Don't look at me. Don't at me. I'm really seeing if there's anything else. Now's your chance, Kayla. But you know what? You can have another chance literally any other time. You have your phone. You have a camera. If you want to say something, say it. If you want to say something, say it. That goes for all of us. Why are we not saying it? If you want to fucking say something, say it, and I'm going to listen. And I'm going to love it. And I'm going to appreciate it. My phone's going to die. I have to go. God bless ya. Love ya. Ciao.